Hello guys, what is going on, and welcome to an interesting video. So this is like a non-gaming related topic, I suppose, but it's about the YouTube channel. So, I thought it'd be interesting because I'm starting out like a brand new YouTube channel. That I sort of document every month the progress that I've made in terms of growing it, what I've just sort of been doing in general with the channel, and then also talking about what sort of my plans are for the month ahead. So I'm going to be going behind the scenes, showing you every single detail of the channel. If you have any suggestions of anything which you might want to see in particular, please let me know. And yeah, I just think it'd be interesting just for me to look back on in the future. But also, this is like a little sort of monthly series. I'll release a video at the end of every month, which is showcasing what to do, what not to do when starting out a YouTube channel in 2023, which is incredibly difficult to do successfully, whatever you want to call success. For me, I have a couple of goals. The first goal is to do the Wrexham career mode from start to finish. So actually finish it, actually win the Champions League with Wrexham in a career mode and document it all the way from start to finish. That was my goal when I started the channel. I wanted to create a channel just for that. And then right before I started it, I played a lot of pro clubs in FIFA 23. And I was like, oh, it would be really cool because I always looked on the leaderboards on the pro clubs and I saw people's names and I was like, oh, I'm gonna search them up on YouTube and just see like what they do, like if they have like any videos or anything like that. Maybe they've documented their pros progression from start to finish or their team's progression, and there was just nothing there either. And I'm like, oh, that'd be really really cool. Like if I document a pro club's journey, like the club and the pro, from start to finish. So hopefully if I end up in the leaderboards at some point, or at least if the team ends up in the elite division consistently, then I have this documentation on YouTube to show it. And that for me is just something that's really, really interesting. And then also I'd started doing some other stuff like the My Player series. That was because a subscriber wanted it, and I was like, I don't mind doing a player career mode. Let's just give it a go. And it's not a series which I'm married to, whether I'll definitely get to the end and do the goal of win the Ballon d'Or or anything like that. But it's something which I like to do, and I've said it in the series before. It's definitely a bonus series. Just if I ever have time to do it, that's when I'll do it. And I'm going to get onto the plan in the future, the plan for the month, sorry, where I talk about actually what videos are going out and what time they're going out, because I have like 3 distinct time slots, which you might have realised. And there's one time slot in particular of like, if I can do it, then it will go out kind of thing. It's not necessarily set in stone. And then finally this month, I also, at the tail end of it, started a Football Manager save as well, a Football Manager series with Stockport County, which you can see here. And the reason why I did that is because I really like Football Manager, but I've never played it enough to get into the nitty gritty of it, to like really, really understand every single element of it. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to like sort of force myself to play it more consistently, more often, and want to be good at the game. Like previously I did like a few saves in the past and I did like okay, but like, you know, I never really quite understood all the cogs and all the bells and whistles of the game, and I really wanted to do that. And also, Football Manager is very adjacent to FIFA, you know, like, or EAFC 24. I'm hoping that my audience, which I've started to slowly generate, will also like it. That'll be a nice bonus as well. Because if not, like, I'm not super crazy about the prospect of, like, you know, like me needing to document everything and show off like, oh, this progression from start to finish, because FM is so easy to do that. It's so easy to show like, oh, this is a save from like 1 to like 20 years in the future. You know, people do that in like one video. It was just more like, oh, I want to play it more anyway, and hopefully my audience likes it, kind of thing. And you can see I've got 2 videos uploading for today. I'm pretty sure I'm going to upload this video today, Wrexham and Football Manager, and I'll get on to the schedule again in a bit. But yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show off first of all this is what I see. If you don't have a YouTube channel, this is what you see whenever you go to the dashboard in YouTube Studio. You see your most recent video is performance ranked by views of the last 10 videos which came out. Football Manager save isn't doing super good. That's fine. You know, hopefully it's one of those where, like, for example, episode 1 of the Wrexham career mode, I don't think it got to 100 views in like the first week. You know, it took a while to build up, but then it really, really built up. So I'm hoping it does the same. But either way, I'm pretty happy with it. Average view duration's good. And this is the current subscriber account as of this video, as of recording this video on the 31st of October, 2023. In the last month, in the last 28 days, we have got 10,300 views, which is pretty cool, and the watch time is 842 hours. Now, this actually brings me on to what my current goal is, anyway, for this channel. It isn't at all because I want to earn money from this. It would be cool if I did, but it's just like they've given you these goals. They've given you these, like, corners to plant your flag, these hills to plant the flag of where you want to be. So I thought, oh, I might as well use it and try and get to it. So there is these goals which YouTube give you for eligibility for monetization. So for like basic stuff like membership and supers and stuff, you need to have 500 subscribers and 3 video uploads in the last 90 days. We do that almost sometimes in one day. And we need to get 3,000 total public watched hours in the last 365 days. We're already in 1,000. More than a third of the way, sorry, to that. And also 3 million short views. So I need to actually start posting shorts at some point. But yeah, and then this is the goal for getting like actual ads on your stuff. So 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watched hours, and yeah, 10 million short views. Yeah, I need to start making shorts. But yeah, so that's sort of what I like, you know, when I go on every day and I'm like, oh, let's see how it's doing. This is sort of why I use a benchmark. But also another thing which I use for my benchmark is I look at this. So it gives in more detail what was on the dashboard. 10.3k views, 842 watched hours, and 100 subscribers in the last 28 days. Now, if I move this to lifetime, you can see what it's been since it started the channel. And this is a bit of a weird video because I started the channel September 21st. So there was like, what, last 9 days sort of added on to this month kind of thing. So yeah, 12.9k views, 1,100 watched hours, which is fucking crazy. That is absolutely insane. And 137 subscribers. You can also see the last 40 hours view count. My goal personally, for any time in the 48 hours, is to make sure that I have like 600 views. If I don't, then I try and think, okay, what can I do in the next video to make it like, I don't know, like extra spicy, so that we get, you know, more views, that kind of thing. It's just like a little goal which I like to do. It drives me a bit more to be a bit more creative with the videos and that sort of thing. And then this like fixation on, like, not necessarily fixation, but this like motivation by like views and whatnot, I don't see it as necessarily a bad thing, even though a lot of people like say, oh, just do this as like a hobby, and I do. But I'm someone who's like motivated by goals, and regardless of whether like the goals are something which coincide with what I like doing or want to do with a hobby, if it's a goal and it can improve me like as a creator, then I like to look at it and try and achieve it, that kind of thing. And then we look at so this is still lifetime, not the last month. We can look at the top content in the period, and as you can see, episode 1 and episode 2 of Wrexham Career Mode obviously going to be 1 and 2. But then, funnily enough, we have the episode 14. This video did really, really well. And it was an episode saying, oh, this is the best signing ever, whereas Montari was like popping off in the Wrexham Career Mode. I'm like, I want to showcase this guy off. Some people might want to sign him, you know, as a free agent, because that's what he was. And then we have episode 4 before episode 3, and that's something which I found, like, I've done YouTube in the past on, like, a different channel, and that's something which I found with, like, any career mode I've ever done. It's like episode 3, for some reason, dips. I have no idea why, but also the title Fastest Hat Trick in League 2 isn't the best title, and the thumbnail wasn't super good. But yeah, if we go down here, we can see another thumbnail with 5 stars on it, and it's like, it's the episode 18, 3 huge transfers. Those videos are always going to do well. And this video popped off, and it made me think, is the 5 stars the reasoning behind people watching videos? Do people care about the 5 stars? So if you look at let's actually go back to content. Yeah, starting from there. So 1, 2, let's go to the next page. 3, yeah, 4 videos in a relatively short period were just all, just had 5 stars in them. Which I thought, like, looking back, is pretty funny. Like, I don't know if it actually worked. I mean, all the videos did do quite well, to be honest. I didn't mean to open that up. Can I go back, please? Thank you very much. But yeah, these are all the top videos. This is now in the last 28 days period, where it's pretty much the same thing. The free huge transfers are shot up a bit. Something which surprised me, and something which I probably won't return to for a bit anyway, because Football Manager is kind of just a better version of this, is the simulation career mode. I wanted to do, I knew it would be a very short series. It was 5 episodes. But just simming through a career mode and doing it episodically rather than like all in one go is like, oh, it's a rebuild video kind of thing. I don't really like those. I prefer seeing a bit more like tactile, a bit more in depth, and also showcasing all of the games. One of my biggest turnoffs in any career mode ever, and you can probably tell from every series which I've done so far, is when creators just don't show matches. If I'm watching your series, I want to see every single match. And so that's what I did with the simulation career mode. But yeah, that did pretty well. And that actually can lead us on to... First of all, we'll look at some other stuff. So we'll look at the... is this page interesting? Not particularly. You can see how much people get past the 30-second mark, which is like the golden zone for a YouTube video. If you have over 50%, that's a pretty good video. But then we have a lot which are like quite low. Like this one here is only 33%. Huge title decided. That video did actually quite well. 227 views. Average view duration only 3 minutes and 4 though. An average percentage viewed only 15%. But what you gotta realize is when a video gets more views, it's usually not for any other reason than YouTube decided to show your video more. So it's casted a wider net to people which might not necessarily be your target audience. So it makes sense that it has a lower view count. Not a lower view count, a lower percentage viewed and lower percentage viewed past 30 seconds. Because more often than not, someone clicked on it and was like, oh, this isn't my type of video, and clicked off it. Which makes sense. But that's the reason why it has more views. Is because of YouTube's wider net. And you can see down here as well, you can see most of my views come from browser features, suggested videos, channel pages, 9.7% from playlists. Which is crazy, and I'm happy with that. Like, I love playlists. I love the automatic function of playlists where videos can get automatically added to it if you set up the right keywords and stuff like that. And 9.1%. Only 9.1% YouTube search, which I thought was quite weird. Because I thought in particular, especially like episode 1 of the Wrexham Career Mode, people would just, on day 1 or whenever, just search Wrexham Career Mode and then just go from there. But no. Anyway, moving on to audience, something which is cool is... we can see when people are more likely to be on YouTube from your viewer count. Between like 3 and 4 is relatively purple because that's when I upload my Wrexham Career Mode. But consistently across the board, 6 PM is the time to be on YouTube for my target audience for some reason, which is strange, but that's cool. One thing which I'm incredibly proud of is this stat right here. So currently, watch time for subscribers. Not subscribed is 76.8%. Subscribed is 23.2%. That is amazing. For me anyway. Like any other channel which I've done in the past or anything like that. Like it's been nowhere near that. And I've got a friend who has like I think 30,000 subscribers. They have like I think 20 million views total on their channel, and their percentage of subscribers is like less than 1% that watch their videos, that come back to it, which is crazy. Nothing else. One thing that's cool is that the biggest demographic is 25 to 34 year olds at 48.4%, which is mad. 15.8% of 35 to 44 year olds. If you're watching this, hello. Thank you for tuning into my content where I just shout and scream at FIFA because I haven't matured. I do appreciate it. And then there's a research tab which we're not particularly interested in. But yeah, one thing which I wanted to show you is that, like, if you don't know, there are playlists. Playlists do exist. And here are all of them. And we got them all set up here, and it's pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. And also, I do a lot of posts as well, which some of them, you know, they get responses. Some of them, there's comments. Others, like it, that sort of thing. But yeah, I always like to keep people updated if something's going to be late, if something's different with the schedule, that sort of thing. I haven't really posted too much about a schedule, other than what I'm going to be doing in a minute. But I know that people like have a routine and come on at the same time for the same videos, and if the video's not going to be there at that time, I like to give people a heads up. Anyway, I think we are ready to move on. Oh yeah, we got a bunch of comments as well. I always get confused when that's there because I have to get rid of the filter of haven't responded to. I respond to literally every single comment. And so there's never any comments here because I respond to them all. So I need to take that off. But yeah, all these comments there. Shout out if you see your name. Yeah, let's head over to Large Noz's large plan. So this is looking a bit ugly. I'm not gonna lie. I probably will update it at some point. But yeah, as you can see, I have 3 slots. I have the half 3 slot, which I do because I understand that FIFA is targeted at younger people, maybe people which are still at school, and so half 3 just makes sense because that's when most people from like students from England and the UK overall are home from school. And like, oh, there's some content that you can watch straight away, and also it's only been out for a little bit when people finish work as well at 5. And then at 5 we have the extra stuff. So we have Pro Clubs, My Player, Pro Clubs, and then Pro Clubs, My Player. These dates are the days. These days are the days which we'll aim to get these out for. When I said before that there's a schedule, there's a slot where content is like bonus content. This is the content. It's Pro Clubs and My Player. With My Player, I need to record some footage. With Pro Clubs, I have about fucking like 10 hours of footage to edit through. And it's really, really difficult and cumbersome because the boys just chat shit constantly. And so it's really difficult to sift through. If you've seen the edits, there's sometimes where you can just see that I give up and I just cut in the middle of someone talking just so I can show a goal. Because sometimes, if we're just in the flow, so Lewis or Oliver could just be chatting shit. A goal could go in and they don't even acknowledge it. Like, at all. So it's really difficult. Anyway, and then at 6 o'clock, there is the Football Manager series. This series is way more consistent than either of these two, but it isn't one that's guaranteed to be daily. It most likely will be, especially whilst it's starting off, and I'm playing it quite a bit. But overall, this is very much a side hobby to another side hobby to another side hobby. This is one of the many things which I do. And if I don't have time for it, then I don't have time for it. But one of my main personal goals is to make sure I finish the Wrexham series. But yeah, this is what the schedule is looking like. I'm excited to see how it might differ next month. Like I said, one of the reasons for this video existing is because I want to look back on this in the future. But yeah, one final thing which I want to do, which I think will be cool. Hey, the Wrexham career mode's out. Promotion Dreams Dead? Question mark. It very well might be. You're going to have to watch it to find out. If we go to my channel... Oh, no, cancel. We can't do that. Because I think pretty sure we have a video uploading somewhere. Am I on page 2? That's weird that it says page 2. Yeah, 28%. Oh, it's a fucking big one. It's an hour-long video, which is crazy. Right, if I do this and go over here, and then I just go to... And then just find the channel just in case something pops up, which I don't want to show you. Really loud. Right, okay, let's come back. And yeah, so this is what the channel looks like at the moment. Large Nogs, the 100% authentic Large Nogs experience. Bloody hell. No banner, very shitty profile picture. That's our role at the moment. I don't put too much into how the channel looks. Then we have the playlist down here. I need to add the Football Manager playlist on here, actually. And I will do that. But you can see the most recent uploads first, and then the playlist for people that are interested in playlists. And you can also go to the playlist page. Something which I didn't notice is that if you categorize playlists on the channel page, it will categorize it on the playlist page as well. That's amazing. I really like that. So any save which gets completed from any game will just end up down here. I might categorize them into different games depending on how many different like football type games I play. And yeah, if you ever want to see a thumbnail in all its glory, you can tell I put some effort into some and then like just not into others. It just completely depends how much time I have. I'm really proud of the Bellingham thumbnail. That was really, really cool. There's a new feature on Photoshop where you can remove the background of stuff really easily, and the fire just came out a dream. I love that. But yeah, anyway, enough rambling. That's gonna be it for this video. So yeah, this video is gonna come out once a month. If you enjoy it, then please make sure to let me know in the comments if you're interested. If you have any questions about what it's like starting off as a brand new YouTuber in 2023, let me know. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Hopefully enjoyed, and I shall see you in the next one. Goodbye. Now I'm going to stop recording. I'm not editing this or rendering it. It's going straight up.